So once upon a time, a long time ago, live albums were a very big deal. Before there was YouTube, before there was the internet, before everything everyone ever did live was recorded on someone's phone, bands used to record themselves live and put the albums out commercially, and they were quite popular in the 1970s. One of the most famous live albums of the 1970s was Kiss Alive 1. And the reason that this album was so famous is because it was the album that broke the band and made them a mainstream success, where prior to the release of Kiss Alive 1, the band had struggled. They had struggled to capture their sound on album, and they had struggled to break through to a larger than cult audience. Kiss Alive 1 is what turned the whole thing around for them. So, years later, it comes out that, wow, there were a lot of overdubs done on Kiss Alive 1, and the crowd sound was piped in and amplified to make it sound more enthusiastic, and it's not really a live album after all. This is an opinion that has persisted for many years, that Kiss doctored the album so much that it really doesn't represent what they sounded like live. Well, now, thanks to the internet and thanks to YouTube and thanks to everybody uploading every bit of audio on Kiss that they had hidden away in their closet somewhere, we can hear a show from Tulsa in 1975 in, I think, the middle of June, and Kiss is playing at the peak of their power in this show. And it is very much a similar scope of material to what's on Kiss Alive 1. And here's the big surprise. It sounds as good, if not better, than the album that was released to the public. The only thing that you could really say is significantly changed in the way that Kiss sounds from the raw live audio to what was released on Kiss Alive 1 is the vocals and some of the lead guitar. And when I say the lead guitar, I want to point out that it's not because Ace isn't able to play his solos correctly. It's because the lead guitar kind of gets buried in the mix in the live shows, and you want it to stand out a little bit more. Anyway, what we can learn from listening to the Tulsa show is that Kiss was probably even better live than what Kiss Alive 1 shows. The struggle to patch together bits and pieces to make Kiss Alive 1 sound, quote, better, were probably just done to clarify things that were lost in the original recording. And there would be points where the singing was off because of their jumping around on stage and moving around so much. But other than that, I think that the idea that Kiss Alive 1 was a live album, that was the first impression of it, is more correct than the later impression that, well, they doctored it up a lot. I think that for copyright reasons, I can't play the Kiss Live in Tulsa show and compare it to the Kiss Alive album. But if you do the comparison yourself, I'd be surprised if you walked away thinking anything other than, wow, Kiss was probably better live undoctored than they were doctored on the live album. And you got to keep in mind that the Tulsa show is a bootleg, so the sound quality is iffy, but the band's playing is top notch. And I think this should clear up for all time whether or not Kiss actually played live on Kiss Alive 1. And it should also clear up another sub-question, which is Peter Criss couldn't play live because Peter Criss is on fire on this Tulsa show. Anyway, Kiss Live in Tulsa, look it up and give it a listen, and then let me know what you think here in the comment section. Also, remember to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.